And when God has decreed, no one can stop it. So I go to do my own part. They talk to people where I feel they talk to, where they communicate with back home. And the best that each and every one of us waiting for this particular platform, why they watch, you don't think why they watch you now, you know. And they hear some people they emphasize that fact too. The best we can all do, is to also try as much as possible because each and every one of us, especially the ones we know they for inside Nigeria, get people where we they support back home.
Thank
And
you.
the best we can do for ourselves is to try and reach out to every one of them consistently, not forcefully, consistently, letting them know the
Thank
reason for which we all have to rally around, the best way God don't bring for this time, you know, because the level at which I see people glamour for a Nigerian politics this season, now waiting me I never see before.
you.
And
Exactly.
and I don't stay more than 4 decades at least to the glory of God, giving me life. I never see this kind of glamour of collective minds coming together for the betterment of that country.
Thank you,
And
my
I
brother.
going to do the best I can to always support your program, Niger Watch, and the people where they come talk for this
I really
particular show.
appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate what you guys do, you know.
Same here. Same
And
here.
we should not at any point in time, everyone that comes, what the people waiting, where some people they see as agents of the bad government, way they plan for everywhere. We fit fee discover say people some people they can't talk when they talk like as each and every one of us want make we hear them talk. We shouldn't equally antagonize them, because they say when you won't fight with devil, you take longer spoon. We try as much as possible to be accommodating. Anybody we talk with no two favor or when we not 1 year, we go know as we could take just accommodate and move on to the bigger, bigger fish we want fry, so
Thank
that
you.
at the end of the day, we will not be divided amongst ourselves,
That
but
is true.
rather fight for a common purpose, which is data Niger, which I believe what this forum is all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you very much,
No,
Jake.
well done.
I really
Yeah.
do appreciate you. We are looking forward to always have you here. This is a platform for everyone. We are learning from each other. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, my people. Please endeavor to share this broadcast, like the broadcast, use the dollar sign right there, encourage us on what we are doing here. Engineer Ken, good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. Please talk to
Good
us.
evening, good evening, my brother. Please, can you educate me a little bit? Because my network has been so bad.
Okay. You want us to come back to you?
No, I say if you can educate me a little bit.
All right. Okay.
Just
Okay. All right.
yeah, please.
Yes, we are literally talking about the 2023 election as Peter Obi addressed the women, give them hope why they should support him because in his previous position when he was the governor of Anambra State, how he empowered the
Mm.
women, different various positions and all that, and he also kickstart his campaign today in Lafia in Nasarawa, and the crowd there was overwhelming. As you can see on the screen right now, I'm just going to put down the screen. You can see the crowd there. Everybody
Yeah,
was,
I watch it.
yes. So, and
Mm.
yes, yeah, there's Sowore as well, also kickstart his own campaign today in Kano. So we listen to that speech.
Mm.
One of our own here, which is his name is Dr. Aruna, also talked to Nigerians why they must not relent, rather vote for Peter Obi. So we also have one of our female activists in Nigeria, Adetun, who came out to talk to Nigerians, also counter Lai Mohammed for telling Nigerians not to worry over the advice that the US gave to Nigerians that attack might likely happen in Abuja. So these are the things that we'll be talking about since.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Ninja Watch, for that. It's good in Jesus' name.
Amen.
You know, yeah. And the reason why that these politicians are now shaking, mostly Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is because of Alex. Because Alex, I'll be throwing a lot of bombs to them and I'm making them being scared. Alex, I know you can hear me very well. Please don't give my uncle a heart attack. Bola Tinubu, please. I don't.
Oh, your network, Kai.
You know this. Yeah, these guys are jerk. You know, seriously. You know, so what baffles me with all these old politicians that they are not ashamed. Because when they wake up in the morning, you see the kind of poverty, the kind of evil things that you have created in the country that you came out from. You see the way people are living in abject poverty. You know, you see the way the water dam, came out from what's the name of this country, Cameroon, all right? Savaging the whole of Nigeria. None of you even talked about it. None of them have not even went there to see what was going on or what is going on. It was only Peter Obi that visited some of the states that this thing are happening to. The rest of them stay mute because they are the cause of this thing. They are the genesis of this great problem. They know that they have no solution to it. They know that this thing, they're not going to work on it. And they are still parabolating themselves to be a candidate to that party. And the party's people and the party leaders are still showering them with love. Thank God that I have a platform like Nigeria Watch Family that I faithfully belongs to. That is why you don't hear my voice in other platforms, because I'm not trying to look down on them, because they don't deliver what I want. Nigeria Watch platform has been a platform that is against all these evil people. It's so ashamed. It's so ashamed. Even we that live in the diaspora, if you tell people that you are from Nigeria, it's like you are a devil in making. It's like you are a devil in making. Even though you are not a devil, that you are a decent person, but calling that name at all to your heritage, people just look down at you. You have to prove yourself 10 times better than the rest of other people before you can be addressed properly, before that stigma can be taken away from you. It's a very big problem that is being caused by these old cargos. So I am so grateful that Peter Obi is there, that God have given us a man like that. And I pray that our brothers and sisters will not sell their soul to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, aka the Abraham of their time, or to Atiku. Because these people will kill us if they do get there. Look at what happened right now when Obi flagged off. Look at that crowd. When I woke up this morning, I saw it, I was just laughing. I was laughing, I was rejoicing, because I saw happiness in those people's faces. And I know that those guys are not paid. Obi know they give chichi. They are not paid. People are right there, happy. The other day too, I think it was Nigeria Watch platform too. There was one outside man that went to the crypt in the north that was showing us what was going on. Even people that use cattle to move from one place to another as their transport means, they know about the obedient movement. I was blessed to see these people, because we have no other place. Benin will have a proverb that that when you pee, your pee will go far. At the end, it will come back to where it started from. That is who we are. No matter what we are, we live in the past, but one day we'll grow old. One day we want to come back. Where is the home? Where is that home? That is why some of us right now are fighting their right to make sure that this home will be ready for that time. I beg you guys, Nigerians, don't be casual with these guys' spin tricks. These guys are evil, they are desperate. You see that desperado in them. They are so desperate. Desperate. If you talk about money, they have it. Talk about influential, they have it. Talk about influence, they have it. Talk about evil, they have it. And they have lesser good. What are they looking for? If not to kill you, if not to send you down to your early grave, what are they looking for? I think right now, how many lives right now cannot even show. I don't think can even, you know, why is fighting himself president? You know, a man that cannot even speak for himself, a man that cannot even lace his own shoe, a man that cannot even wear his own clothes. You know, the same can't even fix seat belts. Someone has to do it for him. And these are men that fight to become the president of what? Of Banana Republic? You know, this is alarming and this is barbaric. These guys don't sell votes.
Hold on.
When you sell your vote, you are.
I think Engineer Ken is having some issues.
Yes, I noticed as well. I noticed your network, Engineer Ken, is not very pleasing.
My network is bad. Let me fix it. I'll get back to you guys.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, Joe AK, for the super chat. We really appreciate you. May God bless you. Your pocket never run dry. I'm very, very grateful for this. Thank you very much. You know, my brother Alex, I would like us to listen to this video here because it has everything to do with Edo State. Thank you.
The All Progressives Congress, APC, in Edo State is accusing the state government of trying to stifle the party in the state by allegedly preventing its candidates from advertising on billboards as a means of reaching the electorate. APC state chairman in Edo State, David Imuse, says it's a plot to silence the opposition and that such action should, they do go against democratic principles. But the Edo State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehikare, in reaction to the accusations, dismissed the allegations.
Senatorial candidate Edo South paid for 55 billboards, for a total of 85 billboards since 28th of July. Till date, those billboards have not been displayed. The few that were displayed in Igwobazwa, in Okada Junction, on Lagos Benin Road, they've all been removed by these councils. It's not only the senatorial candidate. Our candidate for Via Federal Constituency is also affected. Our candidate for Kobaka Ego Federal Constituency, same thing. Even billboard made for our presidential candidate. But now we cannot host them because of this illegal directive by a man who is supposed to be a governor in the democratic regime.
As far back as a few months ago, maybe 6 months, close to a year ago, the state government discussed with all billboard owners to make payments for quite a number of billboards across the Benin metropolis. We did not take possession because we were waiting for the campaigns to kick off. And if anybody has gone to anybody that has a billboard agent, paid, and they collected money from him and put their billboard there, the person who paid first gave a date for when his account will start to run is actually the legal owner of that. We do not act like APC. In Lagos State, that happens. In Edo, it doesn't happen. We do not control the billboards. We are not agents of billboards. All we do is to have a policy in place that they are not causing nuisance on our streets, as in putting billboards indiscriminately on the streets.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. We are just going to talk about those states shortly before we round up. Recently there are so many situations going on in those states. A lot of people are accusing the governor of those states for taking some kind of decisive actions that is not really pleasing to some people. Many of them are complaining the governor of those states is intimidating them, oppressing them, and all that, and so on. Saying that the governor is not allowing them to demonstrate or display their billboard, to campaign for their own party and all that. The oppression is getting too much and they cannot take this anymore. They cried out. This is the reason why you see that Arise TV came to talk about it. So as you all can see, the same thing is also happening in Lagos, as you know, that APC, especially Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not allow any other billboard to be displayed in Lagos apart from their own billboard. But now the government of Edo State have came out now to say, no, they cannot do that, even though they know that this same thing is happening in Lagos State, but they are not doing that. Is the first confess serve. So before I allow one or two persons to talk on this, because I have my brother here with us as well, Brother Nice, I would also like us to go through this particular video as well of demolition that is still ongoing in Edo State right now. So many people are complaining that the governor is destroying, or rather demolishing, shops in the area of government reservation area known as GROA. Yes, many are complaining. So I would like us to watch this short video, then we take both of them together.
As you can all see, all the stores along Ugbo Road, First Ugbo Road, has been sealed by our state governor, Obaseki, closing down all businesses along this road. I don't think we can fathom this out, but we are trying to know what is really going on. But we just asked, they said the stores along the road, that they are going to remove all the stores. As you can all see, they are all closed, they are sealed. They are sealed. We don't know where we are going again in Benin. All the stores are all gone. Please, I will want us to know from Obaseki what we have done to him. If we have offended him by giving him the second chance, or rather the chance to rule Edo State, he should forgive us. You can see all the stores right now. They are all sealed. No more business again along Ugbo Road. Even the church premise here is sealed. The church premise here is sealed. No business is going on here anymore in Ugbo Road, in GROA.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. Hunasiam, that one Edo State right there. The government of Edo State have been tormenting a lot of people in Edo State for a while now. Why some are saying, no, the governor is doing the right thing, and why some are opposing his actions. But if you ask me on this decision to demolish the shops surrounding the GROA area, I support what the governor is doing. I'm sorry, some people might not like this. Yeah, because if you check it, that GROA is supposed to be GROA, government reservation area. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it's supposed to mean. But the last time I visited GROA, especially that Ugbo Road and this area and all that, trust me, a lot of things are not happening to the extent that nobody respects the rules anymore. A lot of people that have their houses there are now building shops in the front of their houses without no single plans. So, and these things are affecting the environment. These are also one of the things that is causing the flood that is everywhere right now. I know soon I will come after me, some people, but let's say things how it is. The governor, is not good in some area. He's also good in some area. We should say it how it is. For me, I support the governor to bring down all the shops around there. Let the government reservation area be like government reservation area. How it's supposed to be. Not be the area where come be say they come they sell pepper soup, say this, do that. Olosho full everywhere, and the whole area is so scary. The last time I visited, though, so for me, I would like other people to contribute to this. Maybe I might be wrong, but tell me why I'm wrong. I'm going to start with my brother Nice, on this one. Brother Nice, please talk to us. What is your take on this whole thing right now? Thank you very much. Brother Nice, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available. Thank you. I'm here with you, Mr. Najawash. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, greetings to the panelists, people in the comment section. Yeah, concerning this GROA issue, is I would say that I support what you said, Mr. Najawash, but the only problem that I have with it is that if a government want to do something like that, it need to be proactive. You understand? When you know that your people have no means to survive, you need to create a means for them to survive before you destroy any of their property. That is why they see social assistance. Create a place for them. If it's relocate them to other places. If it's possible for you to, once you know that if you destroy their house, they have nowhere to go, build a places for them where they can lay their head. But just destroying someone's property without thinking of the predicament these people will face after doing that. Mr. Najawash, I'm just saying, I just want you to think about what I'm saying. You understand? I'm very realistic person. I know they follow people. They do that. They talk things as God they put them for my heart. You understand? So our people are suffering. If our government is adding to their suffering, don't you know that these people, they are in hell? You understand? So for me, it's good for government to organize a state. If you see any house diseases that are building a government property or you want to remove it, if you want to negotiate with the people, negotiate with them, try to know their condition. Then if you can help them out, you help them out. That is how the government do something. But our government, they will just do things as if they don't care because they're in the position of power. They do it, I don't care. That is where we have problem with our government in Africa. You understand? If it's a place like this in Western world here, what they will do, they will look at all the people they are going to relocate. They will take their number, take everything. Then they will set up a place for them. You understand? Fix them in different places. Then before they destroy all those things. But our government will just do it, render those people homeless. You understand? Jobless, everything. So that is where I have problem with government of Africa. You understand, Mr. Najawash?
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
Of course.
So that is, that is because me, Najawash, if I see injustice, it pain me. You understand? If I see people will get power, they oppress the ones who will not get, the weak ones. It pain me. Because may they not forget, say, that power where they display. So now these same people now give them that mandate, where they use and oppress. So now that way, that's so me I think they see things. So you understand? So that power, those people vote you there to make sure that you assist them for the situation where they did. They don't vote you there, but you can't use the power to oppress them. You understand?
Yeah.
So all those shops now where they close down now. Imagine the people where they get daily bread from that place. What did they go do? Where all those shops don't where they don't freeze them up, and where the government not agree assist them. What did they go do? Some of them go hungry, they go die. Some of them now they go resort to armed robbery. And the guys who they what you say me they do, they will turn to runs guys. You understand? Then the country they move forward like that, be they retrogress. So that is now the problem. Now the problem we I get with our government be that they are not proactive. They put their citizens first before they do anything. You understand? Me, as you talk on just now, I don't like and say whether they build houses or shops close to a road. Some of them self road not even see a place pass because of shops where they build around the roads. So I support government to destroy those kind of houses. But before you do it, try to see the way you assist the people. That is my own. That is my take. You understand? Before you do such a thing, it's just like those houses where they destroyed the last time.
But information reached me that the governor informed all of them a couple of months ago that their structure is illegal and is going to bring it down. I think I heard about
Yeah,
that.
okay. Okay. Yeah, that one I don't have problem with it. What is he going to do for the people now? Those people that is going to render jobless or homeless. What is he putting in place for them? That is my question. I don't say may not tell them, say, I want to destroy this place. This place is not allowed to build here. I don't get problem with that one because if they make country, they organize. When they destroy all illegal structure to reorganize the places, if they make a country, they organize, a state, they organize. But the problem is, say, the people when you render homeless now or jobless, what are you planning for them to assist them in their predicament? That is my question.
All right.
You understand?
For me, I'm not too sure what the government have put in place to support these people that their shops
Okay.
have been demolished. I'm not too sure. So
Okay.
I don't know.
So now the question will be that, Mr. Niger Watch. Because if me, as I did now, if I want to do such a thing, I know what to do for the people first before I demolish their property. So for you to demolish people's property, leave these people in a difficult situation. So it's like they just be like that woman who Oshomole kick her at this thing where she they
Hey,
sell
go and die.
by the roadside.
And when you say go
Say
and
go
die,
on. Still you saw the woman, and the woman a widow. She not get any means
and
to feed.
you
Then
say if you are a
at the end
widow,
of the
go and
day
die.
now, go and die. You understand? So all those kind of attitude there, let me at the day against Mr. Niger Watch. Let me at the talk. Before you do such a thing, try to know that woman's situation. Talk to that woman first. Don't be saying you go just come because the power, you get the power, you go just abuse the person, tell her maybe go die. And that woman now, it may be among the people who vote you in. You know? The woman don't vote you to call you the power oppressor. So now the problem where they get with them be that. But if you talk true, yeah, the truth will come down to something else. You understand? That you'll be the thing.
All right, okay. You will get the opportunity to talk more truth later. I would like people, yes, from our brother. Saying they talk how it be. Our brother Alex. Please talk to us. What is your take on this? Although we have more situation on ground in those states that the governor is currently doing, but on this particular one in the GROA now, because we don't know the next move now after he finished with the people that reside there in GROA. So, what's your take on this, Mr. Alex?
Mr. Najawash, is very pathetic. I'm not against you developing the state or you trying to make the state or the GRA more beautiful, but there are more pressing matters. For example, we have 9 House of Assembly members. What is happening to the other seats? People are being cut off from government. Why are you not conducting a by-election? We don't have local governments. So contractors are doing roles, no local government chairman to monitor them, no councillors. Why are you not conducting elections? And 222 billion naira this year budget at those states. How far? Who is spending what? Where are the monies going into? I'm talking from a professional angle, from a social scientist angle. I'm not just talking from a layman's angle. Nigeria, there is nothing I can tell you about media. You will put me down and teach me and school me on media. This is my field. With the years I spent in school. The guy is just, I'm sorry, he's just rigmaroling. He's lost in governance. He needs a professional to handle the seat of governance from him. Edo State can be great in few months if this guy can put his head down and somebody should school him on governance. Now he's running, I don't know the system of government. I call it Mokbarianocracy, system of one man rolling over the whole thing. Commissioners instead of 18, they're 11. I don't know who are his advisors. I'm not sure he has historians or he has geographers or he has town planners. Listen, a cabinet of a governor comprises more than 40 people. You don't just take decisions. Who are advising these guys? Life is not all about monies. Look at the demolition he did in 3 or 4 villages. At the end of the day, he said they should come and register their land. He wants to make money. I knew that is where he was going to end up. Edo State has been captured by Fulani herdsmen, and the guy is just behaving like nothing is happening. More than 40,000 young people and old people left villages. They are not in Benin City roaming around because their farmlands have been taken over. Nobody talk about that. They pretend they don't know about that. And now you are going to demolish places. You are rounding up people's. I'm not against you. You know, when you jump from 1 and you are going to do 9, not that it will not be done, but it now becomes like madness. It becomes as absurd. People will not ask you, is this the problem now? That's what everybody will be asking. Is this the problem now? But if you have been working, solving other problems since, and you are in number 9, you did number 1 to 8, or you're number 9, nobody will ask questions. I will say, why are they there? But for me, it's strange. You have these good pimples for these people who do not know where their next meal will come from. Some of them will be thinking of committing suicide. Couple of months, Mr. Nigerian, is not enough in politics to inform people that you are coming to destroy their buildings. No, it's usually from 2 years downward. 1 year and 6 months, 2 years, and you call them for negotiations. Sometimes you pay them compensations. I've seen where people even supervise government. They even help government to supervise the demolition of their houses because they've been paid handsomely. It happens all over the world. You pay them, you have this money. Where are you taking the money to? How much will you spend to settle those people? How many are they? How much business are they doing? I don't understand. Are they up to 5 million naira each of them there? Are they up to 1,000 people? You can sort those things out and acquire those places and carry out your master plan. But when you are playing with insecurity, playing with agriculture, playing with primary school buildings that are leaking, we have videos and pictures to that effect. Playing with local government elections, and now you jump, you love-trotted into number 9. Nobody will listen to you. It's madness. It's madness. People struggle to borrow money, to take loans, to start businesses. Suddenly you want to give them too much to pack to where? Evacuate to where? Anybody that don't have a diaspora connection now is finished in Edo State or in this country. So what the government is doing for me is a misplaced priority. He does not know the meaning of governance. He does not want to know. He doesn't want to be taught. Have you seen where people who are where banks are dragging their money from their debtors? They don't have conscience. That's how the government is doing. They don't think. They don't have feelings. And this is a guy that was going everywhere, campaigning and begging for votes. Just yesterday here, less than 2 years ago, he has turned himself to Pharaoh of Egypt, destroying and afflicting people with every day with one sad news or the other. So for me, I don't know how people got their money. These things can be done orderly. And Nigeria was, have you seen where you are demolishing houses? Other people will be asking you, are you sure you will not demolish my own? It's all about, with proper arrangement, devil can see God. You don't need to always come harshly on the people. Are we only made to obey laws? Are we not made to be protected? Are we not made to enjoy the so-called dividend of democracy? We repair our cars here almost on a weekly basis. We repair our cars here almost on 2-3 times a month. The roads are bad. When it rains, you can't go anywhere. The water storm project has been abandoned, and you are not probing Oshomole because you were in that economic team for 8 years. You were the one releasing those monies. That is why you stopped it. You checked it to probe Oshomole, and Oshomole told you he gave you some money, and you kept quiet, and you think we are dummies. And now because election is coming, you want to quickly dualize some roads, break some stores so that they will say you are working. We are not dummies. Opposeki, pack your bags and go. Resign. You don't know governance. You don't want to learn, and you don't have a good team of advisors. These are, for me, you are jumping the queue in development or in governance. In your front, your citizen, under your watch, they are massacred on a daily basis. Our express roads are not passable. Our local roads are not. Now he's blaming federal government. He's blaming tipper driver. Oh God, the guy is a joker. He's blaming tipper drivers for using their big truck to. Please pardon me. He's blaming tipper drivers. He has banned them from passing some road. My God, with proper materials. Tipper cannot spoil a road made by Ogbemudia and Bruce Ali has still been used up till now, because I heard that when like 20 contractors present their
whatever to the government. He goes for the cheapest, and he does not even pay them well. That's why you see a lot of abandoned projects. He does not know leadership. He knows figures. He knows banking. He knows Ponzi scheme and those things. But right now, what he's doing with this demolition is afflicting. Yeah, it's a good thing, but he's not doing it at the right time. And he has not arranged his leadership well. He has not done other things that people expected him to do. People are languishing in other villages. They are not in government house. They don't have a member championing their cause to you in government house. And you just abandon them like that. You're just ruling just like that. And a lot of people now who work for him are living in Edo State. Number one, Abat left Edo State with his family, and a lot of them are leaving. Anybody can migrate, but because of the hardship in the land. Me, I was expecting the way things are going in Nigeria, because the hardship in the market, price of things in Edo State is higher because people are no longer going to farm. I was expecting him to pump money into the market and let people have access to loans with very reduced interest to cushion this effect of hardship on people. He does not think like this. They don't think like this. They don't care. They think about increasing the taxes. Women are being subjected to a lot of maltreatment by union mafias who are making returns to those in government house, which of course Abaseki is one of them. It's catching everywhere. When you wake up in the morning, you dress your bed, you clean your room. You don't just go out like that with your bosses. That's what the government is doing now. He has jumped other things, and people are angry for many things, and people are living in those states in their hundreds, if not thousands, because of frustration, because of all their expectations, thinking this guy lived in Boston for 11 years, according to what I heard, he will bring at least a difference, like Obi did in his state when he was a governor. We can't point out that apart from Ogbemodia buildings that he renovated, he's paying pensioners. Those are his duties. Doing roads are your duties. But security of life and property is number one duty of every leader. So you're going to add pain. If he did not inform them 2 years before this demolition, he has done something very grievous. He has afflicted them with pains. And a lot of gangs are going to start springing up. If you continue this sudden demolition, a lot of people are going to take laws into their hands. And guess what? A lot of crime are going to come up. Criminal gangs are going to come up. You can't keep pushing people around. So I'm not praying for that, but that's how it's going to be. You can't just go around meeting people that you also beg for votes, destroying their businesses without adequate negotiation, compensation, adequate notice, at least 2 years notice, a year plus, 1 year and 6 months, not 2 months, not 3 months. I ever heard somebody said they gave him 2 weeks to leave his house in one community. Just 2 weeks. What can he park in 2 weeks? A duplex in 2 weeks. The guy has shops like 15 shops or so. Everything went down. A young guy in his late 30s. Where will he start from, that guy? If that guy go and form a squad now and start targeting government officials, then we'll start saying those are very lawless. But you push people to the limit. You don't. That guy said he has not been called for compensation. He said there's nothing like that. It only exists on TV. All these things they are telling you on TV, and don't believe them. We are close to those these things are happening to. A lot of them are in pain. Some of them are taking drugs now. Some of them are contemplating suicide. So the government does not know. He's a man that don't have feelings. His heart is too strong. I'm sorry. So thank you.
All right, Mr. Alex. Now, okay. If I have to look at it in a different perception, in a different perspective, okay. For me, I've criticized this governor so many times. Even yesterday here, I criticized him. When it comes to the insecurity in Edo State, the governor of Edo State failed woefully. For a reason I don't know, he doesn't address the insecurity how it's supposed to be. But if it comes to this drastic decision, my first question is, does it actually mean that when the people stand for you to become a governor, then you must become a slave to these people forever? Because if you check it, Mr. Alex, you should remember that I've said it on this same platform for so many times that the only way in our country, Nigeria, can become a better place is for us to be handled with an iron hand. Okay, why am I talking about this? Some of us don't listen. And when you forced it on them, they will label you to become a bad person. Okay, like I said before, I heard that the governor passed some notice to people. It's not even this year. I think it was last year. Just that I can't figure that out now. Maybe in the next broadcast tomorrow, I'll do my research to bring that here. They talk about this. I'm very, very sure, 80% sure that the governor talk about this, that people should bring their plans. They have a limited time to bring their plans of the shops that they erected in front of their houses. If not, these shops are going to be brought down. This one is more than 8 months or 9, 10 months ago. I'm very, very sure of this. Okay, what happened if these people did not comply to the notice? You know, what do you want the government to do? They have to force it on them. Because
Okay, can I answer you on that?
yes, go ahead.
For me, I'm not a lawless person. I didn't say if he has informed them like 1 year ago, and there are a lot of course, in government, you at the time you have to use the rod. That's the side of the law. You have to use the rod. Yes, I support him for that, for using the rod for inflicting pains on innocent people that that land grabbers gave lands to. A lot of confusion in that in that area. But Nigeria was just what we call approver. Somebody showed me his approver coming from governor's office under Oshomole those days. So how did this person get his approval, government approval on his land? I don't understand. Although that one, they said they will have to, you can take it legally and he will get full compensation. His house, the value of his house will be given to him. Approve after your survey, you do your approval, then you'll see your full. So like me, I have my own approval. So some people have approval, but the people that are doing the demolition or whatever, they don't listen to them. Why people are really angry, it's not really about the demolition. It's just like people are waiting for you now to just, you've been doing a lot of things. They've not have chance to really talk. You just did something small. Everybody don't have time to empty their chest out, to pour out their mind. That's what's going on here. It's accumulated anger over after that last 2 years election. This attitude towards everybody, his style of governance, is one man show military way of running government, his way of giving a project to people without monitoring, is the way some of his leaders are beating on. Even your own staff was almost killed, Mr. Najawash. Your own staff was almost killed by somebody in House of Assembly. And almost the kids don't do anything about it. What are we talking about? These are bottled up anger over months, over the time. So people are not really angry with this. People just see this thing to hold and say, yes, it's time for us to unleash on this guy because he has been a very bad boy. Since he won second turn election, it changed from I will serve you to I am now your boss. He's not really a good leader, to be honest. So your own staff was almost killed. Is it not enough for a governor to come out and make a statement and try to influence that guy should be recalled by his constituency, where there is a proper a governor that knows the meaning of governance? Are we not seeing it today? Is it not against his personality now? Is it not a dent on his government? So it's just an accumulation of a lot of things. People are not really talking because of this yet. Yes, like Brother Nine said, people are suffering. The economic realities, he's supposed to call them, offer them something. Government can never be broke. Don't let them lie to you. They have access to 1,000,001 ways of raising money. We have a lot that we don't even know about. So these guys are always in touch with money.
My brother Alex, like I said before, I agree with you, but the truth of the matter is, when it comes to Governor Obaseki, his ungrateful spirit, or actions since he won this second term in office, I'm surprised because I see a lot of people talking about it. Even the Comrade Show, my brother, who worked so hard for the governor of Edo State. For some of you that know the Comrade Show, the Comrade Show did a video 2 days ago. You need to go watch that video. I think I referenced to that video yesterday, I guess. The way he was talking, he was not happy at all. Or day before yesterday, yeah. I don't know why the governor is doing this, to be honest, because a lot of people are saying he's ungrateful, is this and all that. But although for me, the roads, all the roads that I complained about that the governor started working on, all are dilapidated again. In fact, many of them are dilapidated again. We have started showing them again. Check the video we showed this morning on our channel. I think it was the first video we showcased this morning. Go watch it and see the roads in Benin City. You yourself, you go to cry. You're the cry. We don't know what is happening because, to be honest, it's very painful that this governor is going to end like this because it looks like the bad is overshadowing the good that you have done. Because
exactly.
You understand? You know, we cannot just say
Mr. Najawash.
Yes, brother, nice. Go ahead.
I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
About this eviction and demolition. Did Obaseki has an approval from the judicial court before he did this?
Oh, sir, a court is even restraining him from doing the one he's doing now. Sorry, sir. I interrupted you. A court is even restraining him from doing some of the demolitions. And they are saying we should obey the rule of law.
Mr. Najawash, if a court did not give approval to governor to do this, what he's doing now is totally illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
Governor's supposed to be sanctioned for this.
But who's going to sanction him? That's the problem.
Look, he has pocketed everybody that ought to talk. That's why the House Assembly is not complete. That's why they are no local government chairman.
Yeah.
Mr. Najawash, you know the advantage where those governors they take. Because why? Our institution is weak.
Yes. No.
If the president they active, governor not fit try this thing. This thing where governor do so, federal government go sue. Federal government go sue.
It's not working. The system, the Nigerian system is not working at all.
That's the reason why we need competent people in power. Because our institution is dead. And because those governors they do everything where they do.
Even till now, the only part that I'm disagreeing with the governor of Edo State in terms of the demolition that is carrying out now in Edo State, I'm disagreeing because the land grabbers themselves, none of them is in prison yet.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Najawash. Thank you.
I've been arrested. Why?
Mr. Najawash, I saw a video when Obaseki organized one police like that. He said this police is going to be strictly for land grabbers. That all the old land grabbers, this police will go after them. That they should be ready to run away. No, but since that time, I never hear of this police anymore. Since when you showed that police for television, we don't hear anything about that police again.
Mr. Nice, it's like the governor has a group of people that he pays to just lie. The guy lies a lot. I can count 5 things that he has lied to Edo State. Number 1, the Tipa Java Association saga. He lied that justice was going to be said. Till today, nothing happened. He lied that he was going to Abuja and he's going to talk to DSS boss. Nothing happened. He sent 120 policemen, according to him.
I have that video here. You know, I have it. He lied on that. I support you.
He lied. At the time, he came out and said he was going to send 120 policemen into forest issue of killings to be. Oh, my goodness. He has been lying over a lot of things. Edo Best is also a fraud. Another lie. Because teachers are complaining the iPad is not working. A lot of things. Recently we are hearing there was a training that took place at Uromi. They brought some white men. A lot of scams are just going on. Another government will come. God will give us leaders that will open books. Books shall be open in this time.
The reason why I'm saying this, because if I was betrayed by this Obaseki, because I know what I did in this time, the re-election for Obaseki. Obaseki just stole this second term from everybody, just deceive all of us. Stole this second term. Now that is still the payment tomorrow.
And
if I think all these things.
Talk this thing there. All of now we support them, they talk this thing. The thing they hurt me. God.
You understand? So the thing, if I the reason those things.
Who shall be now? You know, join. Not even you.
No, because at the end of the day, me end of break me down, finish. So me consider, even though I'm me disappoint now, my own are just normal thing. But everybody who supported Governor Obaseki, they complain. Okay, for example, now let's reference back to this video. This one and the comrade show. We work hard as well for Governor Obaseki. Let's watch this. Let me forward it.
Yes, so those state voting to massively elect Obi. 2023 presidential election is a referendum on governance in Edo State as it is today. If the governor doesn't if the governor fails to recognize this, then it's quite unfortunate. 2023 presidential election and the mood and the move of Edo people right now is a clear, apart from the failure of the federal government led by the APC, is a clear referendum on what governance is today in Edo State. We are waiting to, to look into the second term of Governor Obaseki, since the last 2 years. We are going to invite people across the state. So, it takes some measurement. Look at the manifesto of the governor of Edo State before he became governor of the second term. And let us begin to look at, how well his government has met and has fulfilled what they promised to Edo State people. Okay, there are people already, queuing to be part of that conference where we're going to look at that, and we are planning to look at that, when it completes 2 years in office. And that's going to happen hopefully on the 11th of November, when the governor would have been like 2 years exactly in office. Halfway into the second term, because the feelers that are coming from everywhere, they don't look, to be meeting the expectations of the people. But let me know, so a lot of people already in Edo State are, to say the least, expressing huge disappointment in what governance is about, in Edo State.
This is what I'm talking about. If now only me, they talk about the disappointment now, you still talk, okay. But now, because when I was talking from the beginning, some people say, a lot of people accused me. A lot of people actually unsubscribed from me in that time. If Alex, if you not remember, say, oh, Nigeria was not a bad person. Does it mean if I've delivered you as the governor of Edo State, I don't have the right to checkmate you, to accuse you? We delivered him, fine. We did not deliver you there to empower, yourself. Is to serve the people. So when we started checkmating him, people were now labeling us with a different kind of names on this platform. But look now, I'm surprised to see that everybody's talking. Everybody's talking. Does it mean that everybody is wrong at the same time? For some of you that have been saying, oh, these people hate Obaseki, these people hate Obaseki. Okay, what about Comrade Show now? My brother Oriahi. Are you going to tell me now he hates the governor? He's saying it how it is. That is a huge disappointment to the Edo State governor. Right from now, the governor has failed when it comes to insecurity. Till tomorrow, he has failed. I stood by that. Insecurity. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Please, justice must be done to Edo people. Like some platform have already started playing back Obaseki's campaign promises last 2 years. Yes, we have to start reminding these guys. Start reminding these guys what they told us. Put their lives before them every day from now or from anytime you want. You are the one that owns your channel. So whenever you feel comfortable with it, it's time to show them that they are liars to their face with their own lies. Yes, we have videos of how almost our platform cover all those things. People are now sending those videos now to people that call themselves Togba, including me. Somebody sent me that song. Edo must move forward. Yo, move forward, yo, forward never, yo, whatever, yo. A lot of things he said. He was going to build medical facility in all the local governments. It's not happening now. All those campaign promises, let us start playing into this politics so they will know we are not dummies. Whatever juju they use on us is broken already. Obi has opened our eyes. Medicano has opened our eyes for us to speak up. So for me, yeah, on land grabbing is just a caricature fight because the real land grabbers.
Nobody is arrested till now.
The real Langabas are drinking and dining with him every night, every evening. So
Yes,
we know the story.
All right, thank you. I will have more people here with us. I'd like to hear from everyone here. I can see Mr. CM joining us after how many years? Good to have you, Mr. CM, here. It's been a very, very long time. Thank you for joining us. Although I'll come back to you because we have other persons here that would like to talk to us. Mr. Collins, thank you very much for joining us. Please, I would like to hear from you.
Thank you. I would like to, because I didn't hear everything you said because I'm just joining in. So if maybe Mr. CM can go on, so maybe I can be able to catch up a lot of things that you guys are saying, because I'm just hearing Obaseki, because I think it's not only Obaseki that we are discussing here. I believe that
we are finished with, we were almost getting close because we have already finished with the May topic for today. We showcased a video where our principal, Mr. Peter Obi, started his campaign today in Lafia in Nasarawa. You know, we play that, and we also play a video from a female activist in Nigeria who came to speak directly to Lai Mohammed over the threat warning from America, while Lai Mohammed came to tell Nigerians to disregard the warning from America. So she was very, very bitter. She frowned at the statement from Lai Mohammed. So, yes, so Sowore kickstart his own campaign today in Kano with reference to that as well. And I will also play the video from Mr. Dr. Haruna from the North, you know, who was speaking to Nigerians never to relent, that Mr. Peter Obi is the only answer. And he said Atiku and Tinubu, they are finished in totality. So these are things that we have been talking about since. So we have deliberated on, everyone has contributed to it. So we now decided to switch to a
Sorry, I joined late. Okay, thank you so much. You know, thank you for having me, and happy Sunday to everyone.
Thank you.
You know, like a lot of things that you guys were saying, I think everybody have made their point.
We are still Saturday.
Yeah, it's morning here already. Even within the short period, once I finish this video, I'll start going to church. So, yeah. So, for me, let me just say about Obaseki, because I think hearing from the way you people were talking about Obaseki, I think those people have done a lot of things to Nigeria. You know, when I hear people like somebody said here now that Obaseki disappointed in the second tenure, you ask yourself, the first tenure, what did Obaseki did? So, you know, most of us in Nigeria, when we see all these governors build a primary school, we thought they have done something. So for me, when a governor build a bridge or build whatever, any project, I don't see it as a project. I don't see it, even the governor have done anything. Every governor in Nigeria haven't even done even a bit on what they're supposed to do. Even when you see people praising Wike build bridges, you ask yourself, when you look at the go to Port Harcourt, you begin to ask yourself, what did Wike do? Because at the normal standard we want Nigeria, the level we want Nigeria to be, Port Harcourt shouldn't be something that we should be aspiring for, something that we should be glad, you know, be rejoicing that somebody built a local bridge, that we should be rejoicing. This is 22, this is 21st century, 2022. If somebody in Nigeria can be making use of iPhone 14, using iPhone 14, and somebody is in America using iPhone 14, that is supposed to be our target. We should be targeting all those kind of things. If somebody in Nigeria can purchase iPhone 14, because the reason you purchase it, because that is the standard you want yourself, and that should be the standard we should be holding all those politicians. Not be when they build a small gutter, we should be rejoicing that they have done anything. So for me, this is 2022. So any politician we elected, we are not electing you to come and build a market for me and be rejoicing. No, I'm letting you for you to make my government, for you to make my country to be like America, to be like Dubai, to be like all those. That is the reason why I'm bringing you. I didn't bring you in power for you to come and start dancing music for me or start doing caricature with whatever you are doing. So that is whenever I see people talking about Governor Wike have did this, all this, it makes me like I want to vomit. And most of us, and you see people, a lot of people that keep giving credit to all these governors are people, most of them are not even in Nigeria, and they see how things are being done where they are living. So the standard, like somebody, I remember past year, about a couple of years ago, they were doing Nigerian independence. Somebody were giving credit to Buhari that they built train to Nigeria. That is an old school. Most of us are in abroad. We know the kind of train people use here. So that is the standard I want a governor to build. That is the standard I want a president to build. Those things I look at when somebody build just a canteen, because I call it a canteen. They will say it's a supermarket, it's a mall. That is a village, is a for me, is a just a supermarket. But they will build it and start taking it's a shop right. They start giving glory to their name, start making it as if because we don't hold them to that standard until we start holding them to that standard. That is when Nigeria will start, they will start deliver. But once we start below all those our standard, then when they now do small thing, they will not be. Look at I saw a picture. All of them in that picture, they were wearing sneakers, wearing all these kind of things. I said, so you guys can wear sneakers in abroad, but you don't want to do all those things back home. You understand? Where people can, you look at them, they start dressing normal. But you don't want people back home to start dressing normal. Most of us here, if you wear sneakers here, you will be wearing more than 3 years. Nobody knows that. If you go back to Nigeria and tell that person that you'll be wearing this thing for 3 years, that person will be surprised. But to buy a new sneakers and go back to Nigeria and wear it, or poto whatever, everything will just spoil it. So for me, until we start holding all those governors, all those our leaders accountable, that is when Nigeria will start working. We should stop blowing our expectation from any governor. Or when, like, the reason I say that because here now somebody mentioned that Obaseki have deceived us in this second time. You ask yourself, first tenure, what did Obaseki did? Because for me, I don't see anything he did. For me, I haven't seen anything that Obaseki
You are
will do
right.
for me.
You are very right. In
That will
first
justify me
tenure,
to vote for him.
I cannot even remember what Obaseki do for first tenure, to
You
be
understand?
honest.
So why
Well,
should
I
I
say we
vote for
have
him?
forgotten that.
Why should I vote for him? So for me, I think those are the problem. Even as P2B is coming, I'm not voting for P2B to start come and do be the from Lagos to Onitsha road. It will maybe tie Jeros Bega will do rubbish road, and everybody will start giving praise to P2B. That is rubbish. All of us see how road are being built in abroad. You see a lane, you see 4 lanes, 6 lanes, people keep moving. So those are the kind of standard we should be demanding from all these politicians. So we should stop blowing our expectation. Because when people start blowing their expectation, that is when you see all these black governors keep giving us failure. So, but when we raise that standard, them also have to raise that standard. Like now, I was discussing with my cousin. I said the reason this P2B election is going to change a lot of things. P2B is not going to do anything like maybe it's going to change the whole Nigeria. If they know, it's going to change. Number one, P2B, if P2B win election, Nigeria will now stand up and begin to now say, okay, now I can make a decision that my vote now can count. That alone can change Nigeria. Second, again, if P2B now next election, I believe that outsiders can begin to demand maybe Nigerians in diaspora can start voting. Imagine about 20 million Nigerians outside the country. They can now begin to decide who is going to rule them. So for you to now convince 20 millions of Nigeria living outside, you have to be
So
more intelligent more than them. So
you say
because they are
20,
not.
20 million Nigerians outside.
No, I'm
You are
just I'm
joking.
just I'm just giving
Okay.
that number. I'm just so
Uh,
now for you now to convince them
you
to
talk
vote
of
for you.
50.
So for you not to convince them to vote for you, you have to bring something. You have to bring something on board. You have to tell them what they're going to do. So only that alone can. So that alone can change the map of Nigeria. That alone can change everything about Nigeria. So it's no longer going to be Tinubu again. It's not going to be Atiku again. If it's not going to be P2B again, because now it's going to be people very sound. APC is not going to. They are not going to bring Atiku in next election. They're not going to bring Tinubu in next election. They have to find a credible candidate that can represent them in any part of the country. So that is the level that this election is going to be. So for me, not only that P2B is going to win the election that's giving me joy, no, moving forward, that has always been my concern because moving forward, Nigeria is going to be, as in, a lot of things is going to change. You look at this election now, before, it shouldn't be our Atiku frying Gary or Dino Mena carrying somebody akara, or that is, should be the normal election in Nigeria. But now, because of P2B have come on board, now people are beginning to share the idea what they want to do. You understand? But if P2B haven't been in this election, trust me, Mr. CM, by now, Dino will be carrying akara. Or if you see Osubanjo then, buying, feeding people with Gary or try to drink in akamu in their class. But because of the nature of how the nation have changed, people have to come front to begin to say what they want to do to Nigeria. So let me just keep it down there, allow Mr. CM to say something. Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Mr.
much,
Jam.
Mr. Collins. You said it all. And I also want to thank you for taking my memory back, at least to remind me that Governor Obaseki did not do anything in the first tenure. I'm sorry, my people, if I remember anything what Governor Obaseki do for his first 4 years, because for me at this particular time, I cannot remember at all. I can't remember because it looks like this second term have overshadowed so many things. We need to start it from the beginning. If we have to scrutinize this governor, let's start from the beginning till now. That's how it's supposed to be. Thank you. Mr. CM, thanks very much for joining us. It's good to have you back here again. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, Niger Watch, thank you very much. It's just sometimes commitment, sometimes time.
Yeah, but
Let-
Mr. Naja was.
okay, let me.
Please, Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Somebody was already talking, Mr. Alex.
Hello, can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you. We can hear you, but I believe you have a network issue right there. Mr.
Yeah,
CM is talking.
can you hear me now?
Mr. CM is talking. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
okay, sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Mr.
okay.
CM, go ahead.
The issue I want to normally is because of P2B, but the issue about Obaseki, because I can't really assess Obaseki fairly because I'm not in Edo State and I'm not from there. So whatever you people say here, I can only sort of use it to extrapolate. But it's a shame if there we look at, just say it broadly, if the battle, the sympathy, because some of us, what Oshomole wanted to do in terms of Godfather to intimidate him after demarketing, I'm talking as an outsider, after demarketing, what is this one, Ize Yamu with all the names he called him. So somebody like me, I looked at it, I said, so this man is not worth it. And then what Oshomole said about Obaseki that Oshomole said, I do not know anything about finance. All I do is that I want to do this project. Obaseki will say, comrade, don't worry, I will look for the money. So he knows finance. So if he now fails the people of Edo State, it's a big shame because to some of us outside, we rated him. If a man should be like that, but to me, I can't point out because I can't say objectively. I know the nook and crannies of Edo and to find out what really he's doing. So to that extent, my only criticisms will be based on what is in public view, what people say, or what I assess him to be in terms of what he did. Now, that's apart, but no matter what, he has no right not to deliver on his people, not to deliver on his mandate, because every governor will promise one thing or the other. Issues like a bread and butter issue, which is like you tar road, you build school, you repaint school, you restore sort of refurbish schools, pay teacher salaries, pay pensioners, pay gratuities. What is it? Provide healthcare. These are bread and butter issues. These are fundamental things because he takes his own salary as a governor 48 days if every 40 in first time 48 months, so he takes his 48 month salary intact. So if you take your own salary as a governor and pay me my own as a teacher in one primary school, you've not done me a favor. It's as simple as that. Because you worked for your salary, you took your salary, I work for my own salary, so I deserve it. So paying me salary, you've not done me a favor because I work for it. Unless you are giving me money free for not doing anything, I can clap for you. The same thing with providing healthcare. If you provide healthcare for the people, they pay tax. They pay tax. So it's from the tax that they generate. After all, we were taught in schools that the main source of government revenue is taxation. It's not crude oil. It's not gold. It's not silver. It's not uranium. Because some countries or some areas may not have it. So the people of Edo State are paying tax. You use their tax to may provide social services for them like education and health. Now, tarring road, the road you are tarring, you are not tarring it for anybody, it's for you. You will also ride on those roads. So all these are bread and butter issue. Any governor who fails on this, I don't really rate it that you did this or you did that. You know, that is why sometimes when people are praising some people high to high heavens for doing all this, it's not, because these are the basic things that makes life worth a living, and that's what we are expected to do. You pay gratuity, you pay pension. So what? Those people you are paying pension is not free. Maybe 35 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, they were in service, providing for the people. Now they have retired. You have to give them their pension, meaning that you, those people that are working today that are 25, 30, 35, 36, 40, one day they will become pensioners. So life goes on, and it's from the tax they pay or the deduction you made in terms of pension contribution you are going to use. So these are the basic things. I don't judge any government to score you, you do this. It's only when you show imagination in terms of bringing something like creating job, whereby you can use your influence. Maybe you go to Norway, you decide that because Edo is by the sea, by the coast, can we do something that extraordinary? And you bring in some foreign technical partners. They looked at it and said, "Look, let us collude, let us collaborate with the people of Edo State." You sign a bipartisan agreement, and you see them establishing something. Hey, that is imagination. I can credit you with that, and you will say, okay, this will provide 500 direct jobs or maybe 1,000. Then indirect might be double it. That is what you say. Or you now say, okay, there's a disaster waiting to happen in Edo, and then you use your imagination to say, how do we control it? Those ones is not beyond the generating money. So these are some of the things you do to help the people. But if you are not doing all these things, I don't really rate such a government. It doesn't, to me, I don't. You haven't done anything, because as far as I know, these are the basic things, particularly paying salary, and then you say you tie road. So what? If you didn't tie road, somebody else will tie it in future. Before you came, there has been road. So for you to add to your own, I mean, you've not done something out of the blues. Now regarding Obi's campaign, I always tell people that why it's like Obi is a bit of sort of a fresh air in the sense that it should be a clean break from the past. Not that he didn't belong to any political party in the past, but his candidacy has sort of, sort of opened a new window for the first time in the history of Nigerian political politicking. People are willing to come out because of they had one man, what he was saying, the way he articulates the problem, and they looked at him, found out that the man is not corrupt. Because that has been the problem with this country. That has been the problem. That of stealing money while he in office. Obi never stole any money. He keeps saying it. So if a man didn't steal your money while he served you, and this is a country in which whatever anybody leaves office, EFCC will come and then find one thing on you, and then you forfeit certain things. I can give an example. Somebody like the former governor of Enugu State, Chimaro Kennamani, he served between 1999 and 2007. Up till 1999, 29th May, there is no place in Enugu called Ebano Estate. You can never hear it. Ebano Estate was his own creation. So he created it while he's in office. And in this Ebano, he owned more than 20 it's up to, it should be up to 30 according to EFCC. More duplexes, estates, built it with people's money and owned it by himself. So when he left her, they now called him, this Ebano estate, these are these things. And he agreed to forfeit certain things. He said, you have to leave this for the state. Leave. So that is called a thief. Obi didn't have this type of nothing. Nobody is calling him. The only house he has is the one he has at Onisha. Till today, he's still living there. So when we are talking about a candidate, that is what makes people, because the character is what people will look at and say, look, can I trust this man? If you are not a thief, like he'd always say, he won't steal your money, and he's not prepared to allow his wife or his kids or anybody around him to steal. It then means that, like he said, he has reduced corruption by 70%. So this is what people are seeing for the first time in a human being. He's willing to let you into his past. This was what I was doing. Go and verify. This is what I did. I may not get it right if you feel so, but exactly this is what I did. So that is the type of something we are going to see. Then, in terms of any other person, maybe attacking him, Obi will do this, or like I had Obaseki said some time ago, or was it recently, said we will run out of steam. It's a lie. Rather than obedience or people supporting Obi running out of steam, they will even get momentum, because every day they will now discover that the man they are supporting hasn't changed. Rather, he's even breaking new grounds. Wherever he goes, the crowd goes. Even before he comes there, they've organized themselves waiting for him. What do you want to do? He said, look, I'm going there because of you. I'm a president, not really because I want to be, but I want you people to to become. I mean, I want people are running for president through me. So such things is what only that in Nigeria people tend to feel that the politics of the old agenda, you concoct lies, you pin on somebody and you feel. They've forgotten that the fact that people finish from university without job, that suffering has given them a sense. Because when you educate a man and you didn't give the person job to do, that mind that is educated, he will use it to think a lot of things. Though some people may go into crime, but somebody will now say, look, why did I go to school? What is this man telling me? So when you now look at all these things, couple with the suffering, you will say, no, this man that is talking this way is the person that is the right candidate. So that is what is sort of energizing the campaign of P2B. I do not see what I'm even now that they are saying this, Nigerians will sit down and permutate. They say this state, this man will win here, this man will win. It's a lie. If anything short of landslide, it might just be few for Obi, the way I'm looking at it. Because not because of the fact that people do not realize that they are somebody from their tribal area is running. But what they are trying to look at is this will be something. They've never had a candidate like him in the history, at least since 1999, talking, conducting his campaign the way he's doing, convincing you, and then be prepared to show you his personal example, what he had dealt with, and how to solve our problem. Because he keep telling you how to solve it. He said, "This is what I'm going to do." When we get in there, even if Nigeria doesn't have money, the moment you stop oil theft, it doesn't. All it takes to stop oil theft is presidential executive order. It will stop. You don't need to go to National Assembly. You have the instrument of coercion. You call the chief of naval staff, say, look, from today onwards, any ship that enters here without, I mean, it's as simple as that. It just takes executive order. That oil theft will stop instantly because he, the president, has no interest in stealing your oil. P2B has got no oil wells and he has no interest in stealing it. So why won't he stop it? He's not going to allow his wife to steal oil or his children or his friends. No way. So that oil theft will stop. So all those millions of barrels, how many thousand barrels of crude oil stolen in a day automatically stopped. Even if you are going to sell them for $10 a barrel, that is money recovered into the treasury. That is how you start. And I will tell you the type of man he is. The aircraft presidential fleet, P2B will never maintain presidential fleet. If he comes, he will tell you what a Nigerian airline operators, he will sell it to them, use the money telling you that he want to sit down with Yasu to solve the issue of a strike forever and ever and vote him money. That is what he's doing because he's not interested in himself. You may even be surprised that he's traveling abroad for anything. He enter commercial airline like any other person, enter it and carry it back. It won't change. P2B will not. The only thing is that maybe you see SSPN, DSS, security intelligence following him, maybe just for protection because he's now head of state. Otherwise, he won't change in terms of squandermania because these are one of the things he will do, which I'm sure if he used, and these are what some things he did in Anambra, saved money. He was even saying that these are what we need. And then when he gets into there, we say, look, we won't do this. He may be surprised that if this is the salary, he wasn't somebody who cut his own salary as the executive of the state. He said, no, this to run the office of the governor with all this say is too much. He said, what about the school? What about this? He reduced it from 40% to 5%. That's what he said. So there are things, these are when he's saying all these things and they're provable. This is what is energizing the campaign. Youths that can, because they know, and he told them that they've stolen your future. They've shared your future. Now they are sharing the future of your grandchildren. Of course, oil is going out of business because Nigerian oil it's not accounted for in anything. So I see P2B coming. All this one is telling you the vast land of the north and all this, all that. Yes, he's trying to tell them that you have what it takes to make about $30 billion every year, rather than waiting for 18 billion from crude oil that the whole Nigeria will share. What sort of something is that? That is what he's trying to tell you, that you Niger State, you Ataraba, you Ondo, you don't need to wait for crude oil. You have something that you have to do, and we need it. So when you do it, this foreign exchange you are saying dollar, 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 it will crash because you don't have need for it. Rather, you are exporting. Rather, you're exporting food. You go to Sokoto, you say, look, this is what you should do. You tell them. So this type of campaign is when I see it, I said, look, people hasn't gotten anything. It is true that in the north, people will feel that, okay, yes, when they go there, maybe Atiku will tell them, don't vote for Yoruba, and don't vote for. They are now wiser, because some of them, from feelers I'm getting, they are willing now to not to go for religion. Who is more of a who is a better religious fanatic than Buhari they voted for? And that is the man that have led the North down big time. Nobody has caused misery to the northern region than Buhari. And this is a man they trust. They say Baba, say Megeskia, say integrity. But he's the man that let them down. Yaradua, during his own time, the North didn't suffer like this. Abacha, Babangida, who are all those leaders in the past. So this one has opened their eyes. They found out that, look, the more we say that this is our own, there's no leader the Northerners, the poor people in the North like more than Buhari. But he let them down. He let them down big time. So they now found out that there is really no way this sentiment about religion and ethnicity is not going to work. It's only that the politicians are playing it high to scare for scaremongering. They know deep down in them, when they use these beavers, they are going to lose. I don't see any. Let me just start from the middle belt region of Nigeria. I don't see any presidential candidate beating Peter Obi from Kogi down to Taraba up to Plateau, even Gombe. I don't see anybody beating. The so-called Kano Kasena and even Kaduna, where the VP comes from, Isokoto Kebi, there are people there, they are annoyed because people now find out that not only are they suffering, they are insecure. And their own man they trusted to secure them is not securing them. So what are they going to do? Who are they going to blame? Can you imagine if this level of insecurity pervading in Nigeria now was there when Jonathan was there? People will now see reason to say, yeah, this man should get out. Look at the cost of a bag of fry. Look at all this. But then they found out that when somebody who is not from their region is ruling, it's even better for them than when their own trusted son is there. So the way I look at it, I'm not really carried away. When people are talking all this, I know it are just bamboozling. People can come and tell you whatever, whatever. If not that P2B is the, okay, now Sowore going to Kano to go and campaign, they may not come out to tell him, but they will listen because he will tell them that, look, maybe look at your place overrun by bandit and everything, and who is in charge? One of you is in charge. So what does that tell you? You failed your people. You even failed your people. So what right have you got to reject an alternative from somewhere else who you haven't tried and who incidentally has got a clean record to show in terms of performance while in office, although albeit at a state level. So all in all, I do not entertain any fear. My only destiny is that I wish this thing is taking place tomorrow because Nigerians still have a November, December, January up to February, even then till May to endure this suffering. That is just what is scary to me. Even if they do the election in February, you still have a good 3 months, and even from now to February, the suffering is still mounting. Now look at the flooding everywhere. Yet there's no presidential broadcast. There is no like a country that buys car for Niger Republic, builds train to Niger, and your half of your almost that all the southern states are almost underwater with middle belt. I think at the last count, I don't know how many states, but I understand there is Taraba, there is Nasarawa, there is Benue, there is Anambra, then down to Bayelsa. Bayelsa is 80% underwater. Even the teaching hospital in Bayelsa is swallowed by water. So the drugs that are there, the pharmacy department, everything, people that are sick, you should take them to hospital. So where are they gonna get anything to live? Yet there's no presidential, there's no sympathy officially. Even when the situation calls for a president to make a broadcast, talk to your people, fly in with the so-called presidential jet you used to go to abroad, fly into Bayelsa. They say the president is coming. You hug one or two people. But you see, that is the sympathy. Now it's only P2B is led the way. Others are sending representative or they go it on their own. So that tells you when you look at it, then you now wonder, are you saying that the people are not taking note of this? I don't think so. Nigerians might be hungry, but they have sense. People can reason. If they of I can concede the fact that previously we might be looking at religious sentiment, but with this election is a landmark election that's going to take place next year because the indices of everything has been thrown out of the window. You can't use the past to predict again. You can't. Look at what is happening every day. The government is fumbling in the sense that they are not even. It's like there's nobody in charge. So if you are the person with all this flooding everywhere, nothing, no something, no brokers to reassure the people. Nothing is coming their way, no relief, no emergency, something. Nobody's coordinating. Even when the former president, Jonathan, his house is also underwater. You can't even say presidential and president to former president. You call him. Some things, if it happen in developed country, the president should have called President Jonathan. Call you be the coordinator. Clinton coordinated Haiti earthquake for the whole United Nations or whatever. They called Clinton, and the Obi went there, went and donated 200,000 with his son. They went there to do a work for them or for charity. So when you see all these things, these are something that is counting towards Obi, and they are not entertaining any fear. I'm not entertaining any fear about it because, but if you follow the media and they have to do their propaganda, show what I mean. Keyamo has to talk for Tinubu, and then Dino Melaya can to come and do braggadocio, maybe Fatiku. All those things, Nigerians are not stupid. Nobody will vote for this APC again, based on what I'm seeing. Nobody. I give it to them. No matter how much they pay.
But Mr. CM,
Yes.
are you aware of the recent interview by Kenneth Okoko Chanes, where he expressed his concern over INEC? Did you watch that video?
I think was it the one he's talking. Yes, I think he was trying to say that INEC must try, unless maybe.
Okay, let's reference to this for like 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
Joined tonight by a chieftain of the Labour Party, an actor, and a lawyer, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. Thank you so much indeed for coming tonight.
Thank you very much, and thank you, viewers at home, for joining us.
What INEC discovered about some bad eggs in the commission who were engaged in multiple registration. Let me get your view on that development.
Oh, well, it's a very sad development, but it's something that is expected from a government that has been known to have thieves in all the sectors of the economy, whether it's oil, whether in economy. You should expect that they should plant also their own thieves inside the INEC, because INEC is going to move down by the Electoral Act 2022. It might be very difficult for anybody to perpetrate anything without an insider. And you recall that after the Osun State election, there was only one person that said that the Electoral Act 2022 was going to destroy our democracy. And the person is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He made it clear. And of course, with profound respect, sir, Electoral Act 2022 will not destroy our democracy. It will destroy the insatiable appetite of politicians, probably like you, to manipulate our election. So the politicians now know that it is difficult to maneuver these things, and they are now planting their own people inside INEC so that they can operate from.
Are you worried about that scenario?
Very worried.
But because INEC says that their money, they are going to.
All right, Mr. CM, you see what I'm talking about. So you heard that. What's your take on that? Because that's my own fear as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I will be naive to say that I won't express the same fear like Mr. Okonkwo did.
Exactly.
However, now that at least this is October, now that this should be topical going forward, I think it is not that I'm not part of, I'm not in the hierarchy. I don't have Labour Party, because all these things they're talking about, it just tilted against Labour Party. It is not. Let's get it clear. All these things are just a way to stop Labour Party from winning, technically, by doing all what they're doing in INEC.
Yeah.
Now that Andy Okonkwo as a spokesperson has expressed it, I know, I'm hoping that the Labour Party, when they meet, there must be a way to challenge this, and then make sure that the identity of whoever, any new employee or whoever is in INEC, and to see whether, in fact, what I've even hearing is that they want to change INEC chairman or something to something like that. I don't know, apart from this one. So the fear is well founded. No, let's not set it aside. The fear is well founded based on what Bola Tinubu said after Osun election. How can you say that an improvement on card reader, which is beavers, through the new electoral law, will destroy democracy? You see these people, because they are afraid. They've now found out that even Osun, which should have been their flagship where they have to announce their revival. I mean, for APC and Tinubu, they lost it to Adeleke, which is PDP, which is another twin, from one twin to the other. So that doesn't concern me. It's still part of the old guard. Now, they've now seen, you see, it's only that to some people, they may think that this rally and then the opinion of the people, the movement, the kinetics that is taking place in favor of Obi. Look, to some of us, we applaud it and feel happy. But to them, they are not sleeping. So that's why they are using all these type of things. If they feel that they have, because that's why when people will tell you, oh, they have the population, they have the structure. If you have the structure, why should we be tempted? Why should we be trying? Why should we be trying to manipulate INEC? If you have the structure, you don't need to fear. You always say no problem, even if you like, let's do it open ballot. That's what you should be talking. But for you to be manipulating INEC in the hope that when you register fake people or you manipulate the software so that when you vote for Labour Party will be turning to APP or something, in the end, then they declare you winner. It means that you have something to fear or that you are not even sure of yourself. So what Andy Okonkwo is saying is very much in order. And I express the same fear. But unlike me, I know as an insider they should be able to do something. I might express the fear and then say it the way I'm saying it here. I may not have all the sort of the strategies on how to counter it or the next move to make. But to them inside, I don't think Andy will say it like this. Do you we hear it? Then Peter, but they may not come out to tell us. But back at the back, they have to part your Tommy. Their backroom staff, they should sit down and say, look, all these things are geared against us because under a free and fair election, nobody can beat UP in this election. Nobody can beat Labour Party. You may vote at the governorship or House of Reps, you decide to vote, but for presidential election, I'm quite sure of that. Nobody free and fair, even if you like call the world to come and monitor it and then they sort of oversee it, organize it. Nobody can beat it because Nigerian people they've spoken, they didn't even wait. They started speaking 6 months ahead of time. I mean, February, up to 6 months ahead of time. So they've been speaking, and everywhere you go is then they are talking about. Everybody want to hear that this is a chap that we have to vote for, irrespective of whatever everybody thinks, because you have nothing to pin to him. If actually Obi has got a scandal, why up till now they've not opened it to shut him up? But there's nothing. You see him moving from strength to strength every day, and then people are winning more people. With all this disaster happening, his comportment, his strategy, the way he comports himself, even gives him more leverage. You remember what governor of Benue State said? He said, I'm in PDP. I may have a party. Assuming I'm not in PDP, this is the man to vote for. What he's trying to say is that he may not get away with it, but he's telling the people of Benue who to vote for as far as presidential election is concerned. That's what I understand it to be. He's trying to tell them that you are not a governor, you're a layman. You are free to vote for Obi because if I'm in your position, I will vote for Obi. But because I'm the governor under PDP, you may just say it to sound this thing, but I know deep down in him, when the chips are down, Oton will even instruct his household to go and vote for Labour Party, but he won't come out like that to say it for fear that he may be, Nigerian politicians. They can what I can say and go scot free as a street something as a lay person. He can't just come out and say it, but deep down in his own mind or in his own small bedroom, he will tell people that this is the situation. But for him to point out to be openly said, if I'm not in P, I mean, we saw it. So that the torch is passed. You have given them the torch, have thrown the light so that they can find the way. That's what it means. So Benue State is potentially in the back for Obi. The same thing with River State, even the whole of South. Obaseki is saying this thing. Obaseki can be only a person, but the Edo is the headquarter of obedience. So definitely that should be a landslide again. Even I told people that even in Lagos State, the so-called this they're talking, it's a rules. When you come to Lagos, Tinubu may not get deposit. He may get some, but in terms of humiliating Labour Party in the Southwest, it won't work. Peter, we win handsomely. If not clear Lagos, we win handsomely. Then go to Middle Belt. It's because the suffering and what people are seeing every day, the man is not involved in a scandal. There are certain things, and the way he has been talking since 3 months ago is still the same thing. No new discovery about people. No, I don't discover. We haven't discovered anything new. Rather, he takes advantage of any situation to tell the people, "This is me." suspending his campaign, calling on others, let's suspend. Okay, if he can say it when he becomes a president and something like this happens, you can imagine what he will do. Peter Obi, when this thing happened in 2012 in Anambra State, you know what he did? Go and check, what is it called? Maybe I will look for the newspaper, The Nation, Tinubu's paper then. He said the victims of the riverine area of Anambra State, near the River Niger, that this thing happened, he said they should bring them to government house or Alka for them to live. He said he will use the government house as a refugee camp for them. Can you imagine a governor saying that? So he's not interested. This is a man that is a billionaire. He's not coming for the money. Which governor can save up to 75 billion and keep for a state? If he takes 15 billion, 15 billion and leave 60, you still have to clap for him. You say, oh, he left 50. Even if he decide to take 25 billion and leave 50, it's still something. So all these things are what gives people the faith. But the thing is that, your enemy can always look for something to run you down. But the propaganda these people are running has run it full course. You can't convince anybody. Nigerians are wiser now. That's why they are tired. And then the opposition, the so-called APC, keep fumbling by the day. Remember, Napoleon Bonaparte said, if your enemy is making a mistake, do not stop him. So that is, everything is playing, everything is panning out in favor of P2B. So the fear Andy Okonkwo expressed, I'm expressing the same fear. And I think everybody should be worried. But unlike me, who will just express fear without having anything to do with it, because I don't have the capacity to effect any change. Labour Party cannot sort of keep quiet and allow the thing to happen. They must put pressure on INEC that the right thing must be done, or else anyway they know it. So there's no way they can manipulate this election. There's no way. I'm still saying it. Well, to some extent they may try, but there's no. It cannot be brazen the way it usually be. That all of a sudden you see people, I say outrageous figures coming out, because those people you are going to use, they are tired of you coming. They are tired of you. They've seen a candidate, because this Buhari, if Buhari has succeeded, that would have entrenched irredentism in Nigerian politics. But because the man failed woefully, at least failed his people. Forget about the 97 and the 5% from the southeast. We are not expecting that. Southeast wasn't expecting anything, and by extension, south. But the people that gave you 97% in the north, how far did you satisfy them? That is where the greatest cry is coming from. Go all over the Sharia belt of the north. They are not happy. Yet this is their own man. They felt that for a long time they have to put him in by hook or by crook. Use all manner of deception and subterfuge to remove Jonathan. In an attempt to push him in. Now he's in there. 87 years of total waste. Because forget about what Dino Melaya may tell you. Festus Keyamo then will come up with. Total waste. So who are they? Are they telling me that the people do not know anything? They can't effect a change. So they will. P2B is the rate, is the deal. My happiness is that as the day goes by, he's growing in strength, from strength to strength, selling himself, no scandal coming, nothing like one step backwards, one step forward, two step backwards. He's growing from strength to strength, capitalizing on every opportunity to reach to the people, talk to them, assess them. Even when we went to Benue State, people saw him in a canoe. Definitely must have talked with one or two people and tell them. And people will feel him and say, look at our president. He came to see us crying. He came to console us. So that alone will make the people say, look, the people of Benue will say, we vote for P2B, because we've seen him in our hour of need. He was the first person to come to us. And not only he came to us, he didn't come as a knight in shining armor. All he did was he rode on the same boat with us. No life jacket or whatever, which may be a mistake anyway, because you don't have to gamble with your life. But then he told the people, I'm with you in this type of thing. So what more do you expect from your leader? Usually when you are crying, somebody consoled you. So you have to give the person the benefit of the doubt, not to talk of somebody who from behind, from his record, he has a record that is worthy of emulation. So I do not see anything, only that the fear of INEC, but hopefully between now till December, this type of thing won't crop up again. In fact, they have to hold INEC responsible. If there's anything, they must try to sanitize INEC and then point their torchlight on INEC in its activity in every state, because that is how the only way the P2B will lose this election is only if they rig it. But I doubt. I hope it won't happen. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. CM. Thank you very much. because we have not seen you for a long time, so I have to give you enough time to talk to us today. And I think you have educated a lot of us. And fingers crossed, we all will smile at the end of the day. I would like to quickly pass on to the next person here because I might, maybe one or two person might also have a question to all your deliveries. Man of Prestige, thanks very much for joining us. Happy weekend to you and good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, thank you. I've not been on this platform for a while. It's been a while. I am glad to be on this platform. I don't even know what the subject is about. Can you is it were we just ranting generally or what?
No, we are talking about Peter Obi because he started off his campaign today in Lafia in Nasarawa. And we also talk about, you were here when I played reference to the video of Kenneth Okonkwo, right? You know, being worried over the INEC. Maybe there's a probability that they might want to ring this election and all that. So we are talking about the general situation of the campaign and the election.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I earlier saw the
Okay, Man of Prestige, I think we lost you there.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Good.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Hello, sir. We lost you again. Man of Prestige.
Minutes.
Okay.
Let me come back later.
Okay,
please.
better. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. I'd like us to Joseph Oji. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks very much for joining us. Please unmute yourself and talk to us. Okay, good.
Yeah, Mr. Elvis, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
Good evening to everybody. It's just regarding Obi's visit to Nasarawa today, to Lafia. You know, the funny thing about it, it started from yesterday, you know. He was there to, commiserate with them regarding the areas, the flooded areas in Nasarawa. And besides, what he did, he went straight to the MI. You know, the MI there, he went there to his palace and even the MI came to the field, to the airfield where the helicopter landed to welcome him. He went there, the man walked, you know, with all his entourage straight to the place to welcome Peter Obi. I think the whole Nasarawa loved him. They love him seriously. They shower love to him. And he promised the man, he told the MI yesterday that don't worry, I'm coming back. I'm coming back today. And that's exactly what happened. So before landing at all, the whole Nasarawa has been agog. All the whole Nasarawa has been agog, waiting for Peter Obi. Even this lady was there. I saw her. What's her name? Aisha Yusufu. She was there also. She was even on the podium, you know, all of the campaigning. So it was like a festival. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with everything. And, you know, all these things is in the news media. The whole thing will, to flip into other states. Other state, Niger will be seeing everything. Other states will be seeing what is going on. So definitely, they're all waiting for him. And as I see this situation about to be, he is the hand of God. There is some spiritual hand in this situation. You know, at the end by February, we will be shocked by God's grace. Everybody will be shocked. We'll be shocked. Obi will prevail. Labour Party will prevail. And again, about the INEC situation, I just want us to calm down because the chairman of the Labour Party has assured us that they will get volunteers. At least every polling booth in Nigeria, there is going to be at least 5 volunteers who will represent Labour Party there to wait until verification is done. They will wait, beavers will be done, voting will be carried out, and they will be there waiting for every vote to be counted. And once it is counted and transferred in their presence, definitely nothing can happen anymore. Once you are there, the votes are counted, and everything is done, and the whole thing is transmitted. That's it. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Any other mago that will happen, it will be seen by every party It's just for the chairman of the Labour Party to make sure that every polling booth, every station, there is Labour representatives there to oversee situation, to see what is happening. That's all there is. That's all there is. They need to do. And again, Mr. CMO, I saw your hard work elsewhere. I hope you have moved on this. Your criticisms of Peter Obi, please. You know, that Kaduna thing, he needs to protect them.
Mr. Oji, I understand where you're going to. You know what I don't what pained me. You see, do you know that? I think Alex is still here. He can, because I know Alex know more about this. I think what surprised me, what pains me is that, the educational backwardness of the North is deliberate. We have to agree on this. It's deliberate.
Yeah, you're right.
And because it's deliberate, they see it as something like their own gold they have to protect, not to educate their people. Because why we in the South can, for instance, Niger Watch will tell you that he made it open that his father is a stalwart of PDP, but the son, is kicking against PDP, criticizing it. Do you know what it means? It's the power of education. The father educated him, so a Niger Watch can reason independently and then come up to a conclusion. It is his father, yes. He won't disobey him in terms of bow down, greet your father, do this. But in terms of, he said, no, Papa, this PDP. No. Because you educated him. So if you hadn't educated him, you would have told him, okay, Niger Watch, I want you to stand here, you stand here. If I give you food, you eat. So these people, because remember, like I read this book. This is a book, because this is a book about Jonathan. What is it? It's called My Transition Hours, an account of what Jonathan did in office. I've read.
He did a lot for them.
So Jonathan was trying to tell you that even when he spent his time trying to please them, doing all this education, he never knew that the people he's working with, his people, the northerners, the politicians he's working with, are even the people that are selling a negative narrative to their people. So all his effort to educate them, they found it that this man is trying to take out our gold from us. So how then do you come as Obi? You go to them and start to tell them that educate 20 million out of school children in the North, they can recite the Quran, I will take this and then turn them. No, you don't go. You see, it's true now. I said, why not tell them that, look, these children, the educational backwardness of the North, it is your people. In fact, if Obi had come there, because he will win more votes, because the people will listen to him, you have told them, say, look, you people, the politicians, you have yourself to blame that in the South, when somebody is a millionaire, he will start a trust fund. When somebody is this, okay, for instance, Afe Babalola in the Southwest, built a university, a legal practitioner. He built a university, one of the best in Nigeria, private university, giving scholarship to people. If you pass your JAMB score with so, if you go there, the man can say study free. So he's trying to do it to liberate the people. But in the North, you can never hear that Dangote set up something like that. And all the people that are having oil wells. So to keep their people in perpetual illiteracy is their weapon, so that when they now come and tell them that, you see, Obi, if he comes, Obi was one of the people 1966 that planned this school. They believe because they won't ask.
No.
You see, no, it's true. So that's why I said, why should Obi be taking response? Obi should have told them that, look, the educational backwardness of the North, I want to hold the governors or this squarely, and not for you to say you will do so. No. That is where he took me. That was my annoyance. He was playing the same thing. Remember, I told you this book. If you read what Jonathan said here, you now know that this man, the highest conspiracy ever in the history of Nigeria was meted against this man, Jonathan. The highest conspiracy ever.
CM, please. To me, you see, Obi understand them, you know. You understand these people. You need to placate them. I'm telling you, you need to placate. You don't understand this. The way the way he presented himself to tell them, he didn't tell them. He didn't start by telling them, "I'm going to stop you guys from going to your Marakanta." You know the Marakanta where they go to learn the Quranic. He said, "Yes,
Yes.
they will do that. Your kids will go to Marakanta." But then there are other issues. They will try. They will combine that with their formal education. Formal education. And anybody who wants to go to Marakanta, go to Marakanta, but in turn also go and learn your work, learn some other, artisan work like other things, rather than get involved with unnecessary. That was what he was preaching, and that speech disarrayed the whole area. All the northern elders now, I'm telling you, they are all of them are scattered. They are holding meeting now. It's like their hands are being twisted. They have no alternative because this man came and spoiled the whole thing for them, telling them that do not vote for Yoruba man and Igbo man, which is Atiku. And the guy has really, the guy don't shit for body, Atiku. I'm telling you, the whole northern elders now, everybody, Ango, Abdullah, the other, the man whose brother is obese, with all of them, the whole northern elders, they're all holding meeting now that it's like we have no alternative. We have to support this man, Obi. I'm telling you, that his speech is not what they were expecting. The guy really called them to size. Obi called them to size. I'm telling you.
At least when Obi was being defensive or combative there, because I wouldn't just say that there is nothing I didn't pick out. When he was saying that 4 years ago or previously, years back, all this allegation wasn't coming up, because he wanted to be president. So I like that type of attitude, so that they should know that it is not like what El-Rufai, the lies El-Rufai was blabbing. So all those things. It's only this educational something. But when he said, maybe at the mood I was then, with the way he said it, I said, how can this man go and make the mistake Jonathan made?
Even the way the Baba man asked the question, when he was shouting, "Stand up now! Stand up now! Stand up!"
and tell the North. He said, stand up and tell the North that you becoming this thing does not mean a Igbo peace, or something like. He said that the peace of Igbo Southeast or their continued loyalty depends on you being president. Come and assure them all those things. I know he want to put Obi on the spot, and Obi in the characteristic calmness, he stood up. I know all that he said is not, but that aspect, I play single data. That aspect of taking responsibility for illiteracy in the I don't support that. Jonathan, that was what Jonathan. If a leader,
you need to placate them. If you want their votes, you have to placate them. You just have to.
Well, because maybe he says it now, and then later they hold it against him and say, look at all this. But he should have, I think, maybe what they call tough love. People call it tough love. You might tell somebody, look, I love you, but I have to make it tough. Just like our parents disciplined us. I'm flogging you because you take second position or third position. Why didn't you take first? I would have bought you this. That is tough love. He want to flog you and tell you why. So in this case, you tell them that, look, education in the South is not entirely a federal government making. Individuals contribute money because we see the need to educate our people. Unlike their own these big men.
No. You can't expect that from them. You can't expect that from them. CM.
Yeah.
Years ago, they used to give them money when they go on holiday. You give them money to encourage them to come back the following time. That's what happened. My friend, who was a teacher in Borno State years ago, he told me this. The government give them money when they are going off on holiday. If not, he said half of them won't come back to school the following time. They won't come back. Maybe Obi will have to do the same thing.
I'm not entirely. I'm not entirely ignorant of what you said because I can relate to it in a little. When I was a copper, I did my youth service corps in Kano State. So when weekend there, I served in a rural area, a place called Take on your way to Kudu from Kano it's on Kano Meduguri Highway or Expressway. So I've served at my place of primary assignment was somewhere at the border of Kano and Jigawa State. So I'm nearer to Jigawa state capital like Dusa or Kudu than going to Kano main city. So when we got there, you see a lot of young men milling around. Sometimes they are going. You don't wonder what they do. They came to us and look at us as people were exotic, especially when we are on our parade. Like in the local government, we are many. So we can decide to go on our CD, community development, where the day you wear your khaki, your cap, and then we see compassion people. So they admire us. So when some of them we come with, they can't speak, we can't speak outside easily to them. We muster it where we can. While them now, those that can speak a little bit of English, they come and talk to us. So when they are speaking, we ask them what are they nothing. They say they finish school, this, no school, no what is it called, no, not much of a credit. So as a CLO, call his own officer, the head of the corpus in the local government. So I discovered that there are many, and we have to choose a project to do for our CD that will benefit the community. It happens that some engineers we have, people are talking of let's construct 1 foot bridge, some will say this. Then I asked them, I said, why can't we do mass literacy campaign? All these boys that have taught attempted the school start but failed. We have different people, so those people who did this economics, mainly from the south, Edo Delta, west, southwest, southeast. We are many. We are more than 20. So we now said, why can't we organize extramural classes for them, help them so that as we are leaving after 1 year, they will write their distance and then it will be this time. We talked to the chairman of the local government. The man agreed. He said, okay, how? I said they will provide bus. We have 2 centers, one in one area, one in another area to carry us. We teach science here in the morning, teach art subjects here, something like that. We agreed. So when we set out to do it, do you know the number? So some people we are sending, we took the number more than 50, 60, up to getting to 100. When we started, the first day, they were just like a crowd. Then we started dividing them into about 4 classes. All of a sudden, they started dwindling. Within 2 weeks, we now asked. They said that they told them that after all, this is the language of Zionists, Israel and the America to conquer the world. That what matters is Quranic school and the Arabic. I was shocked. To be honest, I was shocked. I said, what do you mean? As at then, the managing director of NNPC, Dalhatu Bayero, is a chemical engineer from California State University, California Institute of Technology, masters. And that man is a cousin of Ado Bayero, the emir of Kano. I told them, don't you know Ade Bayero, who is telling you, the emir, who you say told you that this Western education is just to convert you people to Christianity, telling you about all this. He doesn't respect Islam. It's the language of Israel, Zionist, the tormenting the Arab world and with the America. Something like this. So I told them that, have you forgotten that the emir of Kano is he was Nigeria's first ambassador to Senegal, 1960, I think so. He was an ambassador. So I said, even the managing director of NNPC is a cousin of the emir. He read at United States. So what are you telling me? They were looking at me. I said, go and check. I wish that I can lay hand on Google. Then I could have opened it and let them read. So when I found it, they said, no, they don't tell them. It was only very few. Some will come to our flat. We'll be discussing with them. But in the end, the thing didn't work. It failed as a project, which we have to use. The thing failed. And because it failed, that gave me an inkling. When I told some of our people, they said, how you go to teach them? Do you know that some of us that went to do youth service in Kano, they said for you to teach in class, when you come, you have to force you to learn Hausa, use Hausa to teach them geography. Now, when you use Hausa to teach them geography, when they want to write school start, is it not English they are going to use? So this, when I expressed it, they said, so that's why is there people that is telling them not to be educated, not that they don't want. So they use it as a weapon. That's why they will tell you that we are sure of 1 million vote of for my local government, 10 million. Because they will tell them what to do. They will fabricate all manner of lies and tell them that this man is coming. When he come, when you vote for him, he will make sure that you don't marry more than one wife. You know those type of lies.
You don't do it. Yeah, it's okay. We've taken enough time. We've taken enough time.
Thank you, my people.
George.
give you guys some time to express yourself. That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate every one of you. As you can see that we've been here now for the past 4 hours. We're going to be back here again tomorrow by 6 p.m. Please endeavor to join us. Let's talk about the things that's affecting us. That's what we are doing here. We are not against anybody. We want a better Nigeria. That's why we are here every day, 7 days a week. I appreciate every one of you. Please, before you leave, anybody right
Hey,
there?
now then what? I needed to contribute even for 2 minutes or a minute.
Okay, I'll give it to you, sir. That's fine.
Okay.
Before you leave, anybody right there, please don't fail to click on the like button. Please press the like button. You know, it's very, very important for us so that this video can go far to others. You know, at least your contribution since other people can hear it. Thank you. A man of prestige, please talk to us.
All right, thank you, Nadia. It's been a long time I've been here, you know, but it's good to be here again. So I'll try to come more frequently.
Thank you.
Yeah, before I begin my summation, I'm not going to take that much time, but I just want to comment about what Sam and the other guys that Joseph Oji was commenting about the Northerners, how they are using them, you know, enslave them in order to enrich themselves. That's the bottom line, because a lot of them are very educated. Actually, I went to UCLA, you know, but yeah, like I said, the school that I went to in Southern California, you know, one of the best surgeons we have in this country right now, you know, is an Hausa man. Actually, he was from Borno State. Right now, he's practicing at Mayo Clinic. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Mayo Clinic. I'm just saying that to tell you, you know, some of them are very brilliant, but they're just using other ones as a cow, you know, to enrich themselves and control the country. That's basically what they're doing. They don't want to educate them, and they have no plan to do that, regardless of what any president is going to do. That's what I'm in. And he actually told me that. He actually told me that during the undergraduate, you know, when we was in school together. Yeah. So every point you make is true.
It's true. I know. I'm a copper. I served there as a copper. Because the thing surprised me, to be honest. Exactly. I was shocked. And this was years back, over 20 years ago. I said, what? They don't want, deliberately, they falsify everything to them. I said, look, because they can, and that is why they can always tell you. You see, in those days, even when as powerful as Tony Aneni is in PDP, he can never say, I will deliver every. No, people challenge him because Edo people are educated. You know, you can't tell somebody.
Same. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Can I use my time? I just want to comment on something, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please use.
Yeah, thank you, Sim. Nice to see you again. Okay, I didn't mean to cut you short. I respect you. So, but anyway, yeah, let me just make some point. You know, we've been talking about Obi, but I believe I'm pretty confident Obi is going to win. Okay, I mean, they was talking about the other day that Obi said they are broke. It's just a political strategy. They have money, and money is coming because I'm here in California, but I'm not privy to the top level. But I have a guy, a friend of mine, you know, that's very privy. The money the diaspora is contributing, particularly in America, I can only speak in America, you know, the money is supposed to commence coming from the 10th of October. You know, that's the little contribution. I mean, I can only talk about myself, little contribution that I did, you know, plus other people, you know, we have people with money here that do more than I do. So, but, you know, the money is coming there. It's just a political strategy. I mean, actually, they don't have the kind of war chest like APC or PDP have. That's definitely. But with this, what they said yesterday, they are broke or whatever, they need money. You know, they just want to, you know, but type people, you know, so they can be able to provide. They're not really depending on money from Nigeria. Of course, you know, the rich people are some of the billionaires from Anambra, that kind of place. You know, they're going to contribute, but you know, they're going to contribute. So no, but everybody should have left here in reference to what they said. You know, they are broke. It's not necessarily broke, but you know, they need money for campaign, logistic, and everything. But anyway, having said that about being rallied today, I'm not going to comment much about that because everybody has spoken in reference to. But I was in a different space today. Somebody, you know, came and propagate that the rally was very scanty. So that was prompting me to go and look at the rally. That was everything that he said is untrue because I saw the rally. I mean, it was a success. So other people, they just bring something to, you know.
That is the rally right there on the screen.
Yeah, I saw the rally.
It can never be. It can never be scanty.
No, that's what they claim. That's what somebody bring on his stage that I was earlier.
No, they lie. If you play this video back again, we actually played the video.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it.
No, you don't. You don't need to. You don't. You see. The thing about Obi is that they said before the kickoff, there has been a goals. Can you imagine when there is kickoff? Before they declared, the people started rallying on their own before campaign officially started. All this, my fear. You see, what makes me is that the election is still in February. Nigerians will still have to suffer from now till February and then till May. I wish this is taking place tomorrow, Obi wins, and then the journey to redemption. Because that hope is what people are looking for, so that they can now sleep, know that the man in Aso Rock is thinking about them. That is the thing.
One more thing here.
Yeah.
All these people you see are organic. It's not like the other ones. They are paid to come there. If you look at Atiku campaign, the one that was held, I think in those states, I mean, majority of them are paid, but all these are young, organic. That's the difference.
You know the way to prove it. Sorry, I'm just one more minute. The way to prove it is Obedient can do rally in 30 states in a day, meaning that you don't ferry somebody from one state to the other. Do you see it? Do you see the meaning? If you say rally, they can do it in a day simultaneously all over the country. But to them, they will only go and organize one in Lagos, in which you can ferry people from Ogun State or for this, and then they come. If you're organizing in Lagos for your party, why can't it be taking place in Calabar at the same time? It's not possible. So that is the standard.
Even till now, APC, they are scared to pull out their rally in another state, apart from the
Lagos.
authentic one they did in Lagos.
Yeah, because that is where Agbero will be in charge and superintend everything and beat people into.
Exactly.
So why can't they go and do APC, go and do rally in Benue State, APC go and do rally in Rivers, APC go and do in Delta, APC where Oshomole is, no sorry, Edo. Why can't APC go and do rally under Oshomole?
Okay, now let me make another comment in reference to it's on a different topic, but it's something that affects the election about the redesigning of Naira note. It has a lot of implications when it comes to the election. I don't know if people definitely realize about it, because there's a different dimension right now.
Are you sure they are really going to redesign the Naira?
Yes, because that was an agreement between the minister. That was the agreement between what's his name, the CBN governor and Buhari. But this guy, the minister of finance, the lady, I think what really happened, you have all these politicians, majority APC anyway, they are going towards the lady to stop them from doing it. But Buhari already made that decision, and the governor. But they don't want them to redesign the money, because it's definitely going to affect them. Because if you look at what they propose right now, you only have to deposit 150 naira, which is nothing, not even a million. That's all you have to deposit at a time. So if you deposit anything more than that, they're going to ask you where you bring the money. And remember, this thing starts on the 15th. And the last day is on I think sometime early January, before February, before the election day. Any money you have.
It's going to start on the 15th of when?
15th of December.
Okay,
Go ahead.
If you have Naira with you, and the Naira is going to be used after February.
No, it's going to be useless after some time I don't know if it is on the 20 something. No, it's on November, not February. Let's just say end of November. Let's just say end of January. That's when it's going to be useless. So they are giving you a window. The new circulation is going to start December 15. But they are giving you a window from there to end of January. Yeah.
Thank you.
But anyway,
I appreciate you. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time with us. This is a very wonderful discussion. Unfortunately, we got to end the show now. We've been here for a while. Please endeavor to join us tomorrow by 6 p.m. Especially CM and Man of Prestige. We have not seen both of you for a while.
No, I'm going to message. I'm going to message you tomorrow, okay? On your private chat. I give you some. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye, CM.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Man of Prestige. Bye-bye.
Mr. Bye-bye.
Mr. Joseph Oji, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's all right. You're doing a very good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. All right. Have a good night, everyone, and bye for now.
Thank you. Good night.